Hey everybody, this is Dr. Mark Hyman. I'm excited to take you on a tour of my medicine cabinet, otherwise known as my refrigerator. Everybody should have a refrigerator stocked with healing foods, and I want to show you what I've got in there. I've got a bunch of people in my house, my kids, their boyfriends and girlfriends, so I've got a lot of food, but I want to show you the kinds of things that I like to put in my fridge and have there stocked so that I can cook anything, anytime, and feed my family real whole fresh food. So let's go in to the fridge and see what we got. Now we're going to start at the bottom. At the bottom I've got my root drawer. This is where I've got garlic and ginger and onions and sweet potatoes. Really yummy stuff. I have some little sweet potatoes. I have some ginger. I have some garlic. Really good, healthy ingredients for almost any dish. I've also got carrots and celery, because you never know when you're going to need some celery to make a good sauce or a soup, and carrots. So I always have them in there. They last a long time. The celery gets kind of old, but that's okay. It's still good. And then I've got my greens drawer. I love this drawer. I've got my greens in. I've got lots of greens. I have wonderful Swiss chard, beautiful, delicious Swiss chard. These greens cook up in a few seconds, literally. Within a minute or two, you can have nice sauteed or steamed greens that are easy to make, delicious. A little olive oil, ginger, garlic, lemon juice, very good. Salt. I've got kale, there's so many different kinds of kale. I like all different kinds of kale. There's Italian kale and there's Cinto kale and there's Russian kale and there's regular kale and curly kale. You can try them all. I love them all. And then I've got some things I like to use for condiments and little spices like cilantro, fresh cilantro. Some people say it tastes like soap. I like it. It's good in Asian dishes. I've got scallions. So I'm always ready to make like Asian food. Very easy. Stir fries. Very easy to make. I love these. This is bok choy. This is my favorite. It's a glucosinolate containing rich vegetable. It's very healing, very delicious. Make Asian food. I've got radicchio salad. I can chop it up and it makes the salad kind of interesting, colorful, and fresh. And so I've got all these wonderful things. Of course, broccoli. Everybody's got to have broccoli, right? Got my broccoli. And then we move up a little bit, and I've got some other vegetables. I've got, you probably never heard of this. It's kind of a weird vegetable, but it's great in salads. It's Kohlrabi. It's actually from the broccoli family, and it's full of powerful healing compounds. These glucosinolates and sulforaphanes that are cancer-fighting and detoxifying. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful vegetable. And I've got my peppers, little peppers, so you can always put them in sauces and salads. Always good to have around. I like different colors. Remember, color is key. Color is king. And I've got, on the bottom floor, I've got really some leftovers. I've got some chicken. I always have leftovers because, sometimes I don't have time to cook, and I keep my leftovers in tight sealed containers. I like glass containers usually, but sometimes I'll use plastic. And then I've got my more greens, believe it or not, because they cook down really small. They're really delicious. I eat them every day. I have 2 or 3 cups a day. This is kale, and this is arugula. This is organic arugula, and I love this because it's in a bag, it's washed, it's clean, and all I have to do is dump it in a bowl and eat it, or cook it quickly, saute it, and it doesn't take me much time at all, and I always have it around. And I always love extra arugula because it's a great salad green. It can actually, one of my favorite dishes is sliced grass-fed steak, like hanger steak, on a bed of arugula with some balsamic over it. Very simple, very easy to make, and it's always available. And then I love Brussels sprouts. Again, I love the cruciferous vegetables. I try to have 2 cups a day because it's like a drug. It's full of folate, magnesium, B vitamins, antioxidants, and these special healing phytochemicals called glucosinolates that help you detoxify from environmental toxins and other nasty things we're exposed to. And then I've got my tomatoes. I love tomatoes. I slice tomatoes. I can put them on my eggs. I love that in the morning. And I've got little shiitake mushrooms. Shiitake mushrooms are a very great food. They're full of immune-boosting compounds called polysaccharides that help your body fight infections and disease, and they're just delicious addition to food. Artichokes, I love artichokes. They last quite a while. They're great food. They have actually detoxifying, healing properties, and they just taste yummy. I can grill them, I can roast them, and I can just boil them and have them in a little dressing. And of course, I love eggplant. Eggplant's great because you can slice it really thin. You can put it in the toaster oven with a little garlic and olive oil, salt, bake it for 45 minutes. Oh, it's delicious. And then, of course, I've got my eggs, and I love to have my omega-3 eggs. I talk a lot about omega-3 eggs, and they're essentially eggs that come from chickens that are fed omega-3 containing foods like flax seeds or fish meal, different things where they'll get high concentrations of better fats. So these are new and improved eggs. They're not Franken eggs, but they're just fed different things. So you are what you eat, and the chickens are what they eat. So if they eat good stuff, they're going to get good eggs, and that's what we have here. And I love to have omega-3 eggs in the morning. I make it with a little scramble. I put in sauteed mushrooms, little onions, maybe garlic, and I put some spinach on top, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful meal. And then I've got a little asparagus. Asparagus are great. I love asparagus. They're easy to make. I saute them, I steam them, put a little lemon, olive oil. Again, I look for things that are quick, that are simple, I don't have to fuss around with, that I can make. And I've got also some little cherry tomatoes. Just wash them. I don't have to slice them or anything. Just wash them, dump them in the salad. Very easy to make. And then I've got other things here that I use for my shakes. I've got unsweetened hemp milk, and I've got almond milk that's unsweetened. That's really good for making shakes. So I always have that around, and I never have to worry about not having that. I have almond butter always in the fridge, ready to go. I have tahini, which makes great sauces for salad dressings, for vegetables. And I sometimes have prepared foods. This is a packaged food. It's in plastic, which is not that great, but you have to make compromises sometimes. It's the Moroccan soup. It's made from chickpeas and fennel. It's delicious. It's organic, and I keep prepared things in there for times that I come home and I don't have time to cook. So I just open it up and put it in the package and eat it. Oh, and I have my favorite. This is really my favorite. I'm going to tell you what I like, really. This is macadamia nut butter. It's expensive, but you don't have much. And what I do is I take a piece of dark chocolate and I dip it in the macadamia nut butter, and oh, it's so good. It's got this nutty, chocolatey, delicious thing. It's so fabulous. So I encourage you, if you like a treat, that's a great treat. And then I go to my top shelf and I have different kinds of condiments and spices and dressings. So I like to cook Asian food. So I have my brown rice miso. I have umboshi plums, which are a very alkalinizing food. I have my Thai sauce. I got green curry. I've got red chili paste. I've got fish sauce. I love that fish sauce. Makes a great pad thai. I've got, sometimes I get jarred food. This is all good, real food ingredients. These are natural products. And you can get canned and packaged food that is yummy. And this you can put on chicken with a sauce, some diced chicken, saute it, put the sauce on, in 10 minutes you got dinner. Really easy. I've got a little bit of raspberry, organic raspberry spread, fruit spread. It's delicious. And I put a little on the macadamia nut butter. Very, very good. And those are the kind of things. Salsa, I love salsa. Always have a little salsa because you want to have salsa and organic chips. That's okay from time to time. These are just the kinds of things I have in my fridge. So I'm always available to make a meal, get it ready quickly, not have to think about it, and it's just fantastic. And then I've got various condiments here. I like spicy sauce. I've got chipotle and habanero, and I've got spicy dressing and spicy sauces, and I've got pickles and veggies, all sorts of good things. And I've got here my probiotics, because inside the fridge I want to have good probiotics so I can keep my gut healthy, which keeps you healthy. And now I want to take you over to the other side. Now I have a special fridge that has actually two fresh sides because I love fresh food. And the second side, I keep more fruit and other things in here. I've got my raspberries and my blueberries, which I put in my shakes or have in the morning, which are delicious, or just as a snack or dessert. I love mangoes. Mangoes are delicious. Again, a wonderful fruit. Pomegranates. Pomegranates are so healing. They're powerful in terms of their antioxidant capacity, and they're just delicious. I love them. I always contain olives. Olives, these are green olives and black olives. They're great snacks. I get them from the store in bulk. And I always have lemons. Lemons are great to put in water and tea, and to put on sauces, to sprinkle on salads, to squeeze over vegetables. So they're always fantastic. So that's my fridge. And on the bottom, I've got a shelf which has some sort of things that need a little bit of keeping in this special part of my fridge. And I have always ready to go meat. So I have ground organic turkey. I have organic skinless, boneless chicken breast. And I have lamb cubes. And I can make anything out of these. I can grill them. I can make sauces out of them. I can make a curry very easily, of coconut milk. And then I have different spices. So I have sage, and I have thyme, and I have rosemary. And I even have curry leaves I found at my local grocery store. They're yummy. You can put them in a curry sauce, and they're really good. And I have basil as well. And then I have extra vegetable proteins too. I've got tempeh, which always keeps for a long time. Tempeh is a form of fermented soybean. And I can put it in a little oil in the pan, fry it, it gets crispy, put a little sauce on it. It's really good. And I have different kinds of tofu, silken tofu and firm tofu. Tofu is a great source of protein. It's an ancient food. It's been around for thousands of years. It's made from curdled soybean milk, and it's really good, and it's good for you. It doesn't have much flavor, so you can put sauces on it. I like to put my red Chinese chili sauce on it. It's really good. So that's my top of my fridge. And then I have a fruit drawer, and I have different things like oranges. I have avocados, I love avocados. You should always have avocados. They have a creamy texture. They're full of protein. They have good monounsaturated fats. They're a great addition to shakes. They're a great addition to salads. They're great in omelets. I love them. And I've got Asian pears, and I love kiwis. Kiwis are good. Yummy, yummy kiwis. Here we go. And then I go to the bottom part of my fridge, which is the freezer. Now, I don't really use the freezer much, but I have some things there all the time because, sometimes I don't have time to go shopping. I'm too busy. I don't have time to go out and get what I need, but I always have things that I can quickly defrost and eat. My frozen berry drawer is really important to me. I take it very serious. I always have frozen berries. These are my favorite wild blueberries from Alaska from Vital Choice. They're full of antioxidants, proanthocyanidins, and they actually are delicious antioxidant-rich foods. And they're low in sugar because they are wild. And I get to make shakes with them. I can make desserts. For example, I love to make blueberry ice cream, which you take frozen blueberries, a little bit of almond milk, put in the blender, and you've got like blueberry ice cream, and nobody knows the difference. It's fantastic. And then I have my sort of meat drawer. And now, I tend to have frozen things here that are going to keep a while, that I can pull out in emergency. If I want to have a group of people over for dinner, I don't have to worry about what I've got. I have different fish, so sometimes I'm by myself. I'll have single serving packages of wild salmon. This is wild salmon from Alaska. I have ground venison. I made a wonderful bison chili the other night, but you can make venison chili. These are sort of grass-fed, organic meats I have. I have an organic lamb tenderloin, which is a bigger piece of meat that I'll have if I have friends over or want to make something. And if I really have a big group, I can make a nice, beautiful piece of fish, a wild salmon. So I always have this available. It's ready, it's there, and I have it in my freezer, and I don't have to worry about going shopping. And that's my fridge. That's my medicine cabinet. This is where I get all my drugs, and why I say so healthy, because I pay attention to what I eat, where it comes from, what I eat eats, and where the fruits and vegetables come from. Because the thing that you can do that's more powerful than anything else in your life for getting healthy is thinking about choosing real, whole, fresh food. Because what you eat and what you put at the end of your fork is more powerful than anything you'll ever find at the bottom of a prescription bottle. So make sure you choose real, whole, fresh food, stock your medicine cabinet with the right ingredients, and you'll stay healthy for a long time.